Good morning, teacher. My name is Ong Bing. Today, I would like to present my business ethics assignment on the Boeing company and this ethical issue with its Boeing 737 MAX crisis. In this presentation, I will introduce the company, explain the ethical issue, discuss its impact in different aspects, provide recommendation, and conclude with the key lesson we can learn from this case. Firstly, let me introduce Boeing. Boeing is one of the largest aerospace companies in the world. It was founded in 1916 by William Boeing and has over 100 years of history. The company is headquartered in Arlington, Virginia, United States, and operates in more than 65 countries worldwide. Boeing is listed on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol BA and is also part of Dow Jones Industrial Average. Today, Boeing employs over 116,000 employees and is recognized as one of the world's leading aircraft manufacturers. Now, the Boeing main business. Boeing mainly designs, manufactures, and surveys aircraft and aerospace technology. Its commercial aircraft include the Boeing 737, 747, 777, and 787 Dreamliners, which are used by many airlines around the world. Besides commercial aviation, Boeing also developed military aircraft, missile systems, and surveillance technology for defense purposes. In addition, Boeing works with NASA on satellites and space exploration projects. Overall, Boeing serves allied government and provides customers around the world. Now, I will explain the ethical issue. The major ethical issue faced by Boeing is the 737 MAX crisis. There were two fatal crashes involving the Boeing 737 MAX aircraft. The first was Lion Airlines 610 in 2018, and the second was Ambient Airlines Flight 302 in 2019. Together, these two accidents caused the deaths of 346 people. The investigation found the MCAS flight control system plays important role in both crashes. More importantly, many pilots were not fully informed or properly trained on how the system worked. This became an ethical issue because the passenger safety was not given the highest priority. Let's discuss the root causes. One of the main reasons was the strong competition between Boeing and Airbus. Boeing wants to speed up aircraft production and reduce costs in order to compete in the market. Because of the pressure, some safety concerns were not fully addressed. There were also weaknesses in internal communication where employees' concerns were not effectively communicated to management. As a result, the company appeared to prioritize profit and business competition over passenger safety, which created a serious ethical problem. Now we can look at the impact. First, in the political impact, after the crashes, many countries grounded all Boeing 737 MAX aircraft. Aviation authorities also look confident in Boeing, and governments introduced stricter aircraft certification procedures. Next is the economic impact. Boeing several billions of dollars in the financial losses. The company had to compensate airlines experience of their cancellation, and its share price dropped significantly. The issue also reduced the investor confidence in the company. The crisis also had a significant social impact. Public trust in Boeing decreased because many passengers questions whether Boeing aircraft were safe. The family of the victim demand justice and criticism Boeing handling of the crisis. The company also received negative media attention around the world. Inside the organization, employees' morale decreased because while some workers feel that safety concerns were not taken seriously, overall Boeing's global reputation was severely damaged. Lack of the technological impact. Following the accident, Boeing had to redesign the MCAS system. The company also improved its flight control software and strengthened safety testing procedures. Simulation training of pilots was increased to ensure the assistant understood how to respond to system failures. Although this improvement increased safety, they also slowed down Boeing innovation because much of the company resources were focused on fixing existing problems. Next are the legal environmental impact. Legally, Boeing faced losses from victims' families and investigation by government authorities. The company also paid billions of dollars in legal settlement and entered into agreements with regulators. From the environmental impact, although the crisis will not direct related to pollution, many airlines continue using older aircraft with the 737 MAX was grounded. Aircraft consume more fuel and produce higher carbon emission. Therefore, the incident indirectly affected environmental sustainability. To present similar ethical issues in the future, I have several recommendations. First, Boeing should strengthen its safety first culture and always prioritize passenger safety over profit. Second, employers should be encouraged to report safety concerns with fear of punishment. Third, Boeing should improve the transparency and work more closely with aviation regulators. Fourth, the company should conduct independent safety audits before launching new aircraft. Finally, pilot training programs should be improved whenever new technology will introduced. This action can help rebuild public trust and improve Boeing's long-term reputation. Conclusion: the Boeing 737 MAX crisis showed that ethical failing can have serious consequences. The crisis affects Boeing particularly economy, society, socially, technologically, legally, and even environmentally. This case reminds us that companies must always prioritize safety, honest, transparency, and responsibility. For business, especially that is high-risk industry like aviation, long-term success depends not only on making profit but also on managing public trust. Thank you for your attention. That's all for my presentation. Thank you, teacher.